You can hit all 7 of these goals in 1 year, and we just need to know what they are and then check them off in the right order. And we found that after helping hundreds of people retire over the last decade and a half, hitting these 7 goals in 1 year, that could actually increase your confidence in your retirement plan and your finances overall. The most important thing is increasing that overall sense of freedom and peace of mind. Now, the difficult thing with improving our finances is it seems like all of these unending tips and techniques are coming at us from every single direction, and it can get overwhelming and it can kind of just get confusing on what we should do next. So what we're going to do in this video is line them up in order of importance so that you know the very next thing to check off, the very next thing to do, and there's a clear path to follow. And as I share the first few, you might realize you've already accomplished these things, and that's a good thing. So check it off and then just move on to the next one. The first one is one of the basics, but I've got to mention it, and that is to graduate to the retirement cash management system. We've heard of the emergency fund before, but in my opinion, the emergency fund becomes less and less important the older we get or the closer we get to retirement. You know, the emergency fund, that was really important for our 20s, 30s, 40s, maybe 50s when we didn't, it was there because we didn't want to go into debt if there was an unexpected expense that came up, right? But by now, you've probably got money in your 401k, your IRA, or other retirement accounts, maybe a Roth IRA, and hopefully you've got money in a non-retirement account like a brokerage account. And if you've got that brokerage account, some retirees will invest that and make sure that they've got enough in readily available money that's not going up and down with the markets in case they need to replenish their bank account or in case a big expense comes that they need to get at right away. And they treat that brokerage account, a portion of it, as their emergency fund. And I'll get to how much cash that we should have and a good goal there for goal number six. But one option that is related to cash management is just to know what your checking account floor is. And many retirees, they don't want their floor to be zero in the checking account. Let's pretend that their expenses are $10,000 a month and their income from Social Security and other investment accounts is $10,000 a month, which is great. It's paying, you're not a surplus, not a deficit each month. Now, if their account balance floor was zero, they're cutting it pretty close every month. That's obvious. So the idea here for retirement is pick your new floor. It could be 3 months of expenses. So make your new checking account floor. 30K is the new zero. So you'll have 10K come in, it'll go up to 40, and then you'll have 10K go out over the month, and it'll go back down to 30. Now, this gives you some buffer. It gives you some leeway there if you had a bigger than normal expense or maybe real estate taxes or whatever it is, and it ends up going below zero. You're not having to go into other accounts out there and pull money into your banking account, but you've just got enough in your checking account to cover it. And then you've got a few days, weeks to manage and either replenish it from the brokerage account or somewhere else to get it back to 30K. This seems very simple, but our clients have said that it really increases peace of mind because they've got some buffer. They don't have to worry about managing too many accounts within a short amount of time. And since it's given them peace of mind, I wanted to share it with you too. So goal number 1 is update your retirement cash management system. Now, goal number 2, we've heard this one before, but we might have ignored it because it wasn't that important to us when we were making good income, when we had our careers or if we had a business, money was coming in and we didn't need to do this. And that is budgeting, or at least tracking our expenses. And it feels like a pain. The word budget can feel like a pain, but there's ways to make it easy, which I'm going to share in this video. But now, when we're retirement planning, getting detailed on expenses is really key. It's a key part to having a successful retirement. And again, increasing confidence. And there's actually a critical step that a lot of retirees forget to do when they're taking this or accomplishing this goal. And I'll share that too. But for now, how do we make this easy? And I would say the best way to make it easy is go to one of the online tools, whether it is Monarch Money or Tiller or YNAB, You Need a Budget is the name of it. If you can automatically track your expenses using these tools, there's other ones out there. You can automatically track expenses and then categorize them. So you can see at the end of the month how much was spent on groceries or how much was spent on eating out or entertainment or home expenses or auto, whatever it is. You get a clear idea of where the money is going. And not important right now if you're working, maybe, but when you're done working, it's really important. And a subscriber to the channel reached out last year and he didn't think he could retire because he used one of these tools and he figured out the monthly expenses And then he added some bucket list items that he wanted to spend money on each year, some trips and things like that. And the plan looked pretty good, but he just felt like he needed a little bit more money. He wanted to save a little bit more to feel more confident. So he decided to keep working. That's the decision he made in his head. Then we went through this exercise of listing what expenses were needs and what expenses were wants. And his needs were things like housing or healthcare, auto, food, insurance, things like that. And then the wants were some of the trips or some of the big items that weren't essentials, but things that would make life would just a little bit more enjoyable. And as we did this, he realized the worst case scenario, say that the worst case scenario economy happened or the markets didn't cooperate, he could eliminate some of those wants if he absolutely needed to, some of those expenses, and he would be just fine covering his needs. And that helped him gain more confidence in his plan. And again, what he said was, it's less than I thought. So he was able to do it and end up retiring sooner than he had planned. So